Hello, my name is Helen Ober. Thank you for tuning in to this short webinar. I'm going to be sharing some classroom ideas that will result in increased teacher retention, increased enrollment, and increased profits. All of these things lead to an improvement in your preschool. I know how busy you are, so I promise I will not waste your time. In the next few minutes, you will learn how to avoid low teacher morale, avoid teacher turnover, avoid teachers taking way too many sick days, and avoid teachers not attending staff meetings and trainings. I'm sure you find that very frustrating. Well, it's a new school year. Let's make this the best year ever. Avoid these time and money wasting behaviors. And how is that? Well, you have come to the right place because I have a solution. By developing emotionally healthy children, this results in a positive classroom environment, less disturbing behaviors on the part of the children. Children care for each other, and children trust and really connect with the teacher. All of these results in a happy teacher. The information on this slide is very important. I don't expect you to be reading all this text, so let me summarize it for you. What is the connection between teacher burnout, high school enrollment numbers, and raising emotional intelligence in the classroom? Well, like I said, this article sums it up. It has shown through extensive study that teachers' job satisfaction is, to quote, a predictor of teacher retention, a determinant of teacher commitment, and a contributor to teacher effectiveness. Well, it went on to say that job satisfaction is really important because it impacted the learning environment of the students. And what that did was it helped parents, if the environment is not a positive learning environment, parents will decide to either stay or have their child leave that preschool. Well, it went on to say that job satisfaction, even though it's hard to measure, was high when students exhibited, here's the key, when students exhibited less unacceptable behaviors, when students showed care and concern toward each other, and when the students were able to express how they feel, hence, when the students had higher emotional intelligence. You can see where this article came from at the bottom. So what I would like to get across is the importance of you as the director having a high job satisfaction. I haven't met a director that doesn't have multiple positions. By that I mean you have all kinds of different levels of people needing your time, needing your energy, needing you to get things right. So when there's a high student emotional intelligence, or EQ, it leads to a director's high job satisfaction. Let me show you how I conclude that. The level of a student's EQ affects the level of the teacher's job satisfaction, just like was shown in that article, which leads to better teacher performance and morale, which leads to greater teacher retention. Teachers don't leave when they're happy and like their jobs, which leads to less interviews on your part of new teacher trainings being needed, which leads to a director's higher job satisfaction. I am now going to share a few ideas that work. My first idea is about circle time in a cozy corner. Now call it what you'd like, but I recommend that every preschool have a place, whether it be a carpeted corner where there's some bean bags or pillows, or maybe not pillows, but whatever, that makes it a comfortable place for children to be able to go. I like to call it a cozy corner. So do your circle time here. And at this time, teach emotion words. I call it feelings vocabulary. there is a difference between so many of the emotions that people feel. It's common to call emotions happy and sad. How are you feeling? Happy. How are you feeling? Sad. But there's so much more. Disappointed. There's worried. There's even proud. There is excited. There's frustrated. So teaching children these words in order to express themselves, the result is the child is so much less frustrated because they can express their feeling. They can be understood by the person they're speaking with. And what happens is a child will act out less inappropriately. What happens when a child doesn't have the words to express their feelings, they will often use their behaviors to act it out, and oftentimes is inappropriate. Here's another idea. I recommend that teachers have an emotions game bag of different ideas. The first idea being there's one child, then everybody is acting out an emotion. So with using facial expressions and body language. So the children are quietly told what the feeling is. It could be scared. So then the children all show with their faces what it looks like to be scared, or with their bodies what happens when you're scared. And then the child then guesses, scared, and that continues. Then it's another child's turn. A variation on this is to have the children all tell the one child what happened that caused a different emotion. Here's an example. My grandmother was supposed to come today after school and now she can't come. And then the child is going to guess what emotion comes from that event. Might say disappointed or sad. So this is important for children to see the cause and effect of events and what emotions come. And the importance of that is being able to anticipate that if such a certain thing happens, this is how they're going to feel, so that they then can learn what it is that I do with that feeling. Here's an idea I want to share that has gotten me so much positive feedback. The idea is to reward empathy. And so children are taught that empathy is being able to feel what someone else feels, to understand how their behaviors make other people feel, whether it's good or bad. But empathy is putting yourself in someone else's place. I find this to be one of the most important things of emotional intelligence personally. So what you do at Circle Time is explain some behaviors that are empathetic, and let the children know that each week a different child will be appointed as Star of the Week. And the Star of the Week is someone who showed these empathy behaviors. For instance, someone who helped another child when they needed help, someone who said something kind to someone that included someone or invited them to sit next to them. Anything that resulted in being kind and being empathetic. And then the Star of the Week is given certain fun privileges, like line leader, or it can be the child who passes out the papers. I have one teacher who told me that the Star of the Week gets to vacuum the carpet. Well, that is big for a 3-year-old to have that kind of important job, that position of leadership. I have a few directors who have made the bulletin board at the entrance of the school where parents can see, where every child who is Star of the Week has their picture and a list of a few of the behaviors that that child showed during their week that they were awarded as the Star of the Week. Now this makes parents happy, because parents are told every child will get a turn, and more than likely every child will be Star of the Week more than once. But it makes parents happy, first of all, to know that their child does possess some of these kind acts, but also that the other children are going to be doing kindness towards their child. it is a win-win. It also sets a great culture, a great climate within the preschool that empathy is rewarded. The last idea I'm going to share is about making breathing and relaxation techniques a part of every day throughout the day with children. It can be done after children come in from being outside and they're all revved up and energetic, or it can be maybe after they've had music and they've been marching around to music, or it can just be when children are tense because they've had to sit and do maybe their work for a while at the different centers. So on the carpet or in cozy corner or in circle time, go through with children breathing techniques where you can have the children all sit, close their eyes, and breathe in by telling them, smell the flowers, blow out the birthday candle. Smell the flowers, blow out the birthday candle. Make this an everyday practice. In addition to this, a relaxation technique is to have the children, and now they can be seated at their chairs, to tense up their face and relax. Tense up your face, relax. Do the same thing with shoulders and neck. Do the same thing with your arms. Tense them up, relax. Same thing with your legs. Encourage children when they are having big emotions or they're feeling like they don't know how to express themselves, to be able to use some of these breathing techniques or the relaxation techniques. I also recommend it for the teachers because teachers are human and they're not going to have a happy day every day with happy children. So they also need to learn how to relax and to be able to express emotions and just release them through breathing. And one last idea, when a child is having a big emotion like sadness or anger, to let them go to the cozy corner for time in. Now, I encourage teachers to use the phrase time in. When a child is feeling out of control with these emotions, it's scary. It's scary for the child, and so they, instead of isolating them, which is often what it feels like when it's time out, a child does not benefit from being isolated. Instead, give them some of these coping techniques where they can go to the cozy corner and have some paper and crayons, or some headsets to listen to some quiet music, or to do some puzzles, anything to get themselves back under control. It really works. These ideas I've shared, the result of happy children is happy teachers, is a happy director, is a happy preschool. So when you have teachers that are happy, and by happy I mean they're fulfilled, they know they make a difference in the lives of children, the result is higher teacher retention, less repeat training on your part, high teacher morale, overflowing student enrollment, and a community reputation as being the cutting-edge preschool. Are you curious to learn more? Schedule a free, no strings attached, 30-minute consultation call with me now, and also receive my free EQ checklist for your preschool. Wouldn't you like to know how many of the items on my checklist that you are currently doing within your preschool? Go to this link, www.calendly.com/Helen Ober. I want to take this time now to say thank you to all you do as the director of your preschool, because what you do leads to teachers shaping a child and a child shaping the world. Once again, schedule your free, no strings attached, no sales pitch, 30-minute consultation call with me now, and receive my free EQ checklist for your preschool. Here's the link, www.calendly.com/Helen Ober. Thank you again.